Missing someone. Love is all you want. Missing someone. Love is
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. We are all back, including Don.
Yeah, yay! Vesti's back!
To another episode of Impulsive Thoughts.
Hi, Don. How are you doing?
Missed you!
Thanks.
Don's back!
Yay!
Because I can't.
Me either, it's okay.
Me and you are not friends anymore, Don. You spent 16 years in Philadelphia and didn't run those stairs once.
Do you see my pussy ladle?
Glad to have you back, Don.
So, Don, how are you doing?
You know,
So much has changed.
Yeah.
didn't seem like it.
Cock socks to pussy labels. Or ladles.
Ladle.
Ladles.
I said ladle.
Ladle.
Oh, what is that's just still a SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, had my 3-month hiatus.
Yeah.
Now I'm not working for the winter, so.
We didn't pay you for those 3 months you were gone either.
It's okay, I didn't get paid either.
Wait, we're getting paid for this? Wait, we're getting ice cream?
When the fuck did we get ice cream?
My mom was talking the other day and she was like, you know what? I've been doing payroll all wrong. Lupe's payroll going way down. Donna's payroll going way up. She has to
sense.
deal with you.
That makes sense.
I was telling her how when we went out shopping, like Donna was just chugging along with me, just hanging out, going with my weird punches. Your mother.
Wait, hold on.
Trooper.
I do that too all the time.
So? Your mom is like new to this and she was just rolling with it. It took you warm up period. Your mom? Nope.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, your mom just went with
You're
it.
not wrong.
Hi, K-Dog.
Yeah,
She's going to love that.
I only got blasted in the stomach by a pillow that was probably about 13 pounds, but you know. It
Also,
is.
update, mom has stopped calling her her friend Lupe. So, you did miss that.
And she said we don't have anything special anymore either, too.
I know,
That was-
doesn't she like her brother's hair more now?
Yeah, that was fucking amazing. I laughed so fucking hard.
Mom broke my heart.
She goes, Al, did you see what went down on Facebook today? And I was like, what? And so then I saw it and I was like, oh!
Your mom's causing a love triangle over here.
She fucking isosceles the shit out of that. Ain't no equilateral up in this bitch.
Went from one brother to the other.
She's a mother from another brother.
She's a homie hopper.
K-Dog the homie hopper. Can we please get her a hat that says that?
She did it all for the hair.
I'm dead.
Oh, God. It was good to be back, ladies and gentlemen. It was good to be back.
Had my 3-month work hiatus, went to Survivor Series. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had some pretty decent seats, too.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean.
Better if my knees fit. But
Too bad they don't have, like,
it's like,
bleacher
what's
seats.
tickling my leg?
Is it the cat?
Yeah.
It was me.
I did kind of think maybe it was Danny for a
I've
second.
missed you a
Do you
lot,
think
Donnie.
maybe she would like to see my ladle? Don't touch my couche. My couche.
I thought she said something else.
Can you
Where's she at? I don't know. But,
Over here.
yeah, we
Catch a pussy.
obviously we're back. We've
The other
been on
side,
a
Danny not looking at you.
we've been on what 2-3 week hiatus.
Yeah.
2, I think.
I think 3.
I think it's been 3.
Yeah, I think it's been 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, our last episode was the Chris Benoit. You were not on it.
I got demoted.
All right. You were working.
Demotation, whatever.
It was the
Same thing. Same thing.
Yeah. Simular.
it was the weekend before Thanksgiving that you guys recorded that, right?
Yeah.
So 2 weeks.
Really? 2 weeks?
Because Thanksgiving weekend.
No, it was a weekend
No,
before
thanks-
that. Because the weekend before Thanksgiving, Jamie had her surgery.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wasn't
So
here.
it was. Yeah.
Either
3
way,
weeks.
it's been a while.
her sister.
Yeah. Either way, it's been a while, but I'm glad we're all back together.
Jesse's post was cracking, or no, Eric's post. Y'all got any more of them
Yeah,
episodes?
We were standing outside, and I told Danny, I was like, I was kind of thinking about telling them wasn't feeling good because I wanted to see CM Punk on SmackDown tonight.
I texted Carissa today. I said, "You ready for an episode?" And she's like, "Yeah, man. I've been waiting."
I just felt this in my pocket. It reminded me, I don't go to Kohl's, so if you want this, go ahead.
No, I just got one today too, and I tried
know.
to give it to an old lady.
I'm about to go return something too on Monday.
Let's give them all to Mom.
Well, then here, give it to me. I'll give it to Amy tomorrow.
There you go.
I'm going to go see them since Mason's over his RSV now.
Good.
Oof.
And Amy's over her COVID, and Chris is over COVID, and that whole house went through it.
Wait, COVID still happens?
I didn't know COVID was still a thing.
It's going around.
I thought
the pandemic was
RSV
over.
was the new thing.
Yeah.
It's going around Emerald Point.
I thought the
Mom
pandemic
Oh,
was
is it
over.
really?
cancel. They canceled the biggest cocktail party of the year because of it at Emerald Point. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Well, so the funny part was so you know how Megan got married?
Yeah.
Morales? Okay. So I was talking to Amy a few days before the wedding, and Amy's like, "Oh, you know me, I'll probably end up getting sick for the wedding because I'm here just swabbing people coming into the clinic." And I go, "Yeah, you're probably going to get COVID or something."
You jinxed her.
She
Way to
texted-
go, Danny.
I was
Or
texting
Donnie.
her like the next day, and she's like, "Yeah, so I tested positive." I was like, that's not shocking.
When was this?
A couple weeks
Weekend
ago.
before 2 weekends before Thanksgiving, I think.
Oh, okay.
No, the weekend before because she was sick
You
for
just did
Thanksgiving.
that to me.
The weekend before because she was sick for Thanksgiving.
Guess what?
We have an episode.
Oh, I have one last thing before we, just so I remember for later. The board. That's the only one I think, or Jamie sold that she said she'll make you one if you want one.
Yes.
Okay, because she said find out for sure if Allie does want it because I'll make it. I'm like,
Yes,
okay, I'll find out
absolutely.
for sure.
I do want
Okay.
it.
I
Is
don't know
there?
if she wants it or not.
Yeah. Is there any? Hi. Is there any way that, like, normally, like, does she put anything else on it, or like?
No, what she did is the way it was. Like, why do you want something else on it? You make different wording, or do you want different colored ribbon, or what do you mean different?
I'm trying to remember what exactly was on it.
I'll find a picture. We can talk about it later.
Yeah, that's fine.
Speaking of
Just
which,
don't talk about it tomorrow because they're going to be busy.
no. Speaking of, if you guys aren't busy next weekend, I don't know if you're back to work, but Friday and Saturday she's in another craft show in Lowell or somewhere that direction. I forget where. Just so you guys know. I know it's not fun to go to craft shows, but you know.
I
like
like
them.
craft shows.
Yeah. I'm the odd man out.
I go to your car shows,
Okay.
so you can go to craft shows with me.
Not on Saturday.
Why?
We're busy Saturday. Hi, Polga.
Next Saturday?
Yeah.
That's friends with.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm just saying. I did a case this week. It was 20 pages long.
Seems short. I'm just playing.
Want to go sit over there with him?
Please, Allie, tell us what our next case is.
Our next case or this case? I'm not doing the next case.
What are we talking about today?
Not much right now. What are you talking about? I'm just kidding. He's going to beat the shit out of me.
I mean, no, I won't. But
We at Impulsive Thoughts do not condone domestic violence.
No, we sure don't. I am very anti-domestic violence. I'm doing a disappearance today.
ooh, now I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I haven't done a disappearance.
So that
in a
means
while.
unsolved then, like Bryce Last Pizza.
Wrong.
Oh, shit!
Still evolving.
Wait a minute. Now you've reeled me in.
But this is even more current than you would think.
Ooh.
So, yeah. But so-
Jesse, get your detective hat on.
But here's the thing. So, like, it's not evolving in the way that I want it to evolve. Oh. You'll see. Anyways,
Sorry, they're not going by your story.
Yeah, I was like,
Like fish evolving into lizards and lizards evolving into humans, yes.
Are cats evolving into dinosaurs? Because I would like them to be furry. You know?
What, cats or dinosaurs?
The
Both.
dinosaurs to be furry. I think it would be cool.
Well, if you ask some people, they do say dinosaurs had feathers.
They say birds evolved
I don't
evolved
like birds.
from dinosaurs.
I like fluff. Different.
Like fluffernutter, like marshmallows.
That's my favorite sandwich. I had it every day for high school.
With bananas?
No.
I made Rylan 4 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches today.
She's a monster.
Talk about getting our protein in.
Right.
Is she bulking up for the fight against Allie?
It was about
Right.
It was at 1:30. She's like, I'm hungry. I'm like, what do you want? She goes, peanut butter and jelly. So we have this like make your own crustable thing. So I made her peanut butter and jelly. She goes, can I have another one? I'm like, sure. Then she went outside and played for a little bit. Came back in. She's like, I'm hungry. I'm like, what do you want? She goes, peanut butter and jelly. I'm like, another one? Okay, here you go. 5 minutes later, can I have another one? I'm like, okay, well, that's your last one, though. That's 4 peanut butter and jellies.
Is that what the Snapchat you sent me of her lifting weights was?
I mean, the good news is I have sugar-free jelly because I was trying to...
Because otherwise she's going to
keto.
be like sprinting around the
Right.
neighborhood.
Right,
And then just immediately crash.
right.
Boom, face down into the grass.
I thought that's why her hand was completely blue today.
Yeah, she was smashing shit. She was Hulk smashing the chalk into the pavement. This is Allie.
Right. Alley smash. Oh.
So,
Gosh.
Disappearance.
All right, Disappearance. So this is Alicia Navarro.
Oh, I know that name. Yes.
I've heard the name.
This is a great case. Oh, you gave me the chills.
Yeah. So Alicia Cristina Navarro was born September 20th, 2004. She's a Hispanic female, 14 years old, black hair, approximately 4'9", 95 pounds, with braces.
She's tiny.
Very tiny. She actually looks extremely young for her age.
So 14. So this happened in 2018 then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So Alicia is on the autistic spectrum, and she has sensory issues. Those things being said, this is the story of how she disappeared. So 14-year-old Alicia lived with her mother, Jessica Nunez, and her stepfather, Ivan, in sunny Glendale, Arizona. And she was... So I heard two different things. Heard that she was the oldest, but then in two other sources, she did have an older sister, but she didn't live at home. So she was the oldest sibling living in that home with her mother and stepfather. But she also had younger siblings from her mother's current marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And
The stepfather then?
yeah,
Okay.
but it doesn't say how many. So she's pretty much the older sister
Okay.
in that whole...
In the house.
In the family.
At 14.
Right. And her family described her as sweet and family-oriented. And like I stated earlier, she was diagnosed with high-functioning autism, which they actually don't call it high-functioning autism anymore. They call it ASD, Autism Spectrum Disorder.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of like taboo to
When
call
did
it.
that change?
I don't know, but I heard that it's almost looked down upon to call it high-functioning autism. It's right.
Yeah.
So autism spectrum disorder, or just saying that they're on the spectrum.
Okay.
So, but I mean, to me, I would rather say that they're highly functioning.
Right.
I mean, that they can
Yeah.
do things on their own.
Right, because if you say they're on the spectrum, where?
Right. To me, this kind of puts you on a mindset of where they're on the spectrum, right? So this is,
Some Karen got offended once.
yeah, it's
Didn't-
kind of how
didn't-
I'm looking
didn't
at
ask
it.
the whole autistic community, hey, do you mind if we change this?
So in her condition specifically, she was required to take daily medications. Now, she's 14. Didn't always happen.
Right.
I mean, she probably just didn't want to, forgot, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it made social interactions and public outings extremely stressful for her. Because, I mean, loud noises, just, like I said, sensory issues. So it was really difficult for her like I said, to be around a lot of people, especially people she did not know, and be around a lot of loud things and just out in public. She would often have breakdowns and self-soothe by chewing on the shirts, like the arms of her, the sleeves of her shirts, and curling up into the fetal position and screaming no.
Jeez.
Oh, wow.
Not in public, but like before she went out somewhere.
Oh, okay.
So like, no, this wasn't like, say they were getting ready to go somewhere and she would just get so worked up and overwhelmed that she would just ball up and that would happen.
So are they like saying that she didn't like going in public because of the sensory stuff, or it was just part of the going out thing that happened all the time?
Her autism made it
right.
almost impossible for her to be able to do that.
Okay.
It wasn't that she didn't want to or didn't like to. It was just with her sensory issues,
Right.
it was so overwhelming for her that she just couldn't handle it. So even though those are main characteristics, she was able to do a lot of other things on her own. I mean, she was intelligent. She was going to school. She was in, normal classes.
Oh, really?
So it wasn't that she had any learning disabilities, anything like that. She was super intelligent. It was just really the sensory issues that was the biggest problem. And because regular in-person social interactions were especially difficult for Alicia, she preferred spending much of her time gaming and chatting in online gaming forums. So she became a fixture in Minecraft, Discord, and Roblox.
Sounds like Easton right now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I know what Minecraft is, but I don't know about any of the other ones. So.
I've heard of Roblox.
She loves Roblox, but me and Jamie turned off where she can't talk to other people because there was one time she was on there and we're like, she's like saying, no, I don't want to. I'm like, what are you talking about? She goes, oh, this person wants me to go in this other house with them and they're putting their character on top of mine. I'm like, what? No.
Yeah. And I guess, so I did a little bit of like listening and reading other things. Discord apparently is.
Oh, yeah.
It's where.
She's not on that. That's like a Reddit for gamers.
Yes. And so then you can invite people to play other games like with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, she's not on that.
It's like a subgenre of games. Okay. Yes. So, Alicia's mother has long been scrutinized for how much time she allowed Alicia to be online, and people saying that she was a bad parent for not, watching her child. And she's, to all of those things, her mom said, I just wanted my daughter to be happy.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And her daughter, this was what made her happy. This was how she got to socialize.
Right.
Because she could not be around other people.
Yeah.
This was how she made friends. The majority of her friends, were online.
See, and that's
she had a few.
Such a difficult fucking thing because, okay, hypothetically speaking, I have kids. I'm not gonna want them to have that much fucking screen time, but at the same time, if they're on the spectrum, and that's the only way that they can have social interaction, I can understand
right.
giving them the screen time too.
So to that point, her mother was also known to keep an eye on her communication.
Okay.
On her phone, just asking her who she's talking to, what's going on. And just a year prior, this is an example, she had been going through Alicia's phone. I keep saying Alicia. Alicia's phone. And she found concerning texts from an unknown number who she believed to be an older male. And I guess they were asking for pictures and if she liked stuffed animals and just creepy stuff. Right, exactly. Yeah. Kind of like you were saying. Just really creepy,
right.
Stuff. And so, Jessica grounded Alicia immediately and basically was explaining to her, we need to be so careful. She even brought it up to her therapist. Her therapist was, hammering that point home.
Yeah.
Just,
We've told both girls because there's so much on their tablets. Hey, you don't give your name or number to anyone. Like, Easton has made friends with a few people on there
Right.
that aren't her normal friends from school. I'm like,
Right.
do you know who that is? No, it's my friend. I'm like, okay, so we have their chat turned off so they can't talk to anyone. So that's a start.
Right.
And it's just, we don't, because anyone can creep in.
Yep.
It's weird. Like, and the whole too much gaming time with Logan was a gamer growing up, and Easton and Rylan both. The good news is and again, they're not on the spectrum, so it's different because they weren't on the spectrum, but during the summertime, they played outside all the time. They weren't they weren't gaming or on their tablets. Now this winter and cold out, they're on it a lot. So, you change the time depending what's going on in their life. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
But again, they weren't on the spectrum. So on the spectrum, it's like, if that's the only way they're going to have fun, and they're meeting people that at least if she's monitoring and you feel they're decent people, that's different. Like, how can you fault her for?
Right.
Again, it's her kid. Let her take care of her kid the way she wants to.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Who are you to judge what's going on in that house?
Yeah, she shouldn't be scrutinized for that.
So she did let the police know about this.
Okay.
And I guess a report was made, but I mean, there's really nothing that they could do because this person was unknown. I mean, what are you going to do with the phone number? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't, there's nothing that you can do. No threats were being made. No images or anything were exchanged.
Right.
Nothing was done.
Right.
So contact with the police was made, but that was pretty much all that could go on with that. So I think in my eyes, in that situation, she did all she could do, and actually she went above and beyond.
Right.
Yeah.
So she was grounded. She had no phone. Multiple, this is why we don't do this. Now tell me again why we don't do this,
Right.
and like hammering that point home, speaking to the police. So again, like you said,
Yeah.
you can only do so much, and hi pot, I'm kettle.
Right.
Looking at your own fucking family.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure that there's
Right.
shit going on in your house that ain't so nice, Karen.
Mm-hmm.
Not you, Mom. Mom, your house is beautiful. Brody's perfect.
I was gonna say Brody's kind of sketchy sometimes. He looks at me when I'm sleeping.
That is true.
I mean, doesn't she watch you when you're sleeping too?
Who? Allie?
Jesus Christ.
I mean, yeah.
Fucking cat.
Oh.
All right, so they always say that hindsight is 20/20, and this is the perfect example. In the weeks and months leading up to Alicia's disappearance, her normally very routine and predictive behavior changed. 5 months before a disappearance. Oh my God. A disappearance, Alicia. Disappearance, Alicia, out of the blue, became interested in this very expensive Marvel comic book. Like, begging to have it. Yeah. So this comic was about $200, and from what I understand, her mom gave in to her pleas, bought the book. She never saw her reading it, and never even really saw her looking at it. Like, the book was purchased, and the book was just kind of like put away.
Interesting.
Okay, right. So one would ask, what is really the point? Like, even collectibles are displayed and oogled at, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially like a comic book.
You say oogled?
Oogled.
Ogled?
Oogled.
What are you Googling?
Oogling.
Great googly moogly.
I go with ogled.
I like oogled.
Tomato, potato.
Don't look at me.
It's all good.
So then the changes and deviations from her normalcy continue. Alicia stated she started to change her clothing.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a big...
She went from extremely baggy sweatshirts that, mind you, remember she lives in Arizona,
Yeah.
always wearing sweatshirts. Always. Like, always sweatshirts, always big shirts.
I mean, I know kids are weird, but
But tomboys, it's a sensory issue. She doesn't like the way things feel on her skin.
Right.
So, big baggy clothes.
And then she changed it.
So, like I said, extremely baggy sweatshirts all the time to much tighter and much more revealing tops and clothing.
Yep.
She also asked her mom to buy her makeup and scented body spray.
Yeah, definitely a big red flag's going up. She met someone.
Okay, so I feel like saying this. She's 14, and when this story is taking place, in 1 week, she will be turning 15. Okay? So this isn't like the craziest transition I've ever seen.
Right.
Right.
I remember being in... Okay, so she's in high school. She's a freshman in high school. She just started a brand new high school. I remember kids coming to school like goth the next day.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? So like asking her mom to buy her some makeup and some body spray, and
It's not that far-fetched.
it's really not.
Right.
It's really not.
But also I wonder, like...
But when you add in her other ingredients that are part of her cake.
Right. And if her and her mom have always been, like, it seems like close, because her mom's got to monitor what's going on, it would be, not, I don't say it would be gradual, but it seemed like she'd be like, Mom, can you buy me this stuff? Because all the girls are wearing it at school. But if she's just like, hey, Mom, I want all this stuff, like, again, we don't know, we weren't there.
Right.
But if quick change, all of a sudden out of nowhere, without, I'm sure, an explanation, because otherwise why would it be brought up unless there was no explanation why she was changing?
Right.
Is a red flag.
Yeah.
As a parent.
Yeah. And like I said earlier, so it's not a crazy transition, but let's take into account
Right.
her autism, and she has an extreme sensitivity to smells. So the body spray really threw her mom for a loop.
Right.
She has an extreme sensitivity to things touching her skin, hence, usually the non-form-fitting clothing. And she just, none of that jives with normal Alicia.
Right.
And like Dan said, I mean, changes, yeah, but this is really,
That's extreme.
yeah. So moving on. I literally wrote, and Dan stole my thunder. It says, now you see why this is a huge red flag. So thank you, Daniel. I'll just air quote that and write Dan. So now we're moving on to 2 weeks before she disappeared. The usual homebody Alicia went to the local mall. Remember?
She doesn't like going
Correct.
public.
Loud noises.
Right.
Right.
I mean,
The girl who would normally stay at home,
Right.
rather be playing games on her computer or really anything else that's not out in public
All of a sudden wants to go out in public.
with two boys from school. Now, okay, I've heard and read a lot of different things. And never in there, in all the interviews that I've heard, were her friends female. So I don't think that it's odd that, or odd maybe to her mother,
Right.
that her friends were male.
But is it ever stated, are they friends her mom's known about already? Like friends she's had for a while? Or all of a sudden new friends?
So she just started a new school. So I think all of these friends are new friends.
Right.
So that comes up in a second as well.
Okay, sorry.
No, that's okay.
Stealing her thunder, Dan.
I know.
No, but that's okay because that kind of goes along with it too. Like, maybe she is trying to fit in because now she's not only in high school, brand new, but in a brand new high school, everything is so different. So, like I said, she asks to go to the mall with two boys from her school. The boys were older and they attended the new high school that, like I said, she just began attending. It was said that they were part of the robotics club and they were trying to recruit Alicia to join due to her deep knowledge of computers and coding. So, because remember, again, she's super intelligent and proficient with computers and that's her thing. So, I mean,
It jives.
yeah, it does. I mean, it makes sense. But to me, I don't like the fact that they're older boys.
Right.
Like, I'm not a mom, but
right.
I'm not going to go drop my 14-year-old off with some juniors
Right.
at a mall with
Not even No.
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 Her by herself. Not like her with a group of girlfriends
Right.
and they're going to go meet up with a group of boys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because to me, that seems a little bit more wholesome.
Yes. A group and your safety in numbers.
Right. So one of those boys later told the investigators that he saw Alicia with a burner phone and a backpack during the mall trip. And to which Jessica, that's her mom, says,
He's obviously a CIA agent.
right, obvious. You know what? You blew this case wide open, Don. Where have you been for all these months? Where have you been?
Around.
So,
But
so
hold
here's-
on, wait. Her mom says there's no way, impossible, cannot be. Because when she dropped her off, she didn't have a backpack. So
Who said they saw her with it?
one of those boys.
Okay.
So what did she fucking just pick it up out of a bush somewhere? Like
Right.
she hid it 3 weeks prior. The girl that doesn't leave her house. You know what
she
I mean?
found it.
You know who else does that? CIA agent.
What was that killer that used to hide things in all the different cities? The
Oh.
kill kits
That guy's scary as
Oh.
fuck. He's
with the eye.
eyes.
I can't. It starts with an I.
Right. He's
Isaiah Keys.
Israel Keys.
Israel
Israel
Keys.
Keys.
He is the scariest serial killer to me because of all the shit that supposedly he's done.
Yep.
They don't know all the victims. He lied about it. Oh, anyways.
Anyways,
I heard the name. I'm gonna have to look back
He
into that.
basically had kill kits all around the country.
Yeah.
Like buried.
should I add that to my list?
I listened to a
That'd
whole
be like
podcast.
65 pages for you. Probably.
Yeah, I listened to a podcast that had a whole season dedicated to just him. Like 2 seasons actually. It was insane.
So in here, this is a side note while we're on it, but I have a whole list of case ideas that I have just for me that we've talked about.
Well, all I know is I've been secretly working on John Bonet.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not secret anymore then.
No.
I was waiting to see if she crossed one of hers off when you said that.
No, but I have Alicia Navarro done.
I've been secretly working on one that I'm not telling you guys who, but I haven't. I don't think Morbid or Crime Junkies has ever done this guy. So,
Oh, nice.
so I have nothing to compare it to. Anyways, go ahead. I want to get into Alicia Keys some more.
Navarro.
Jeez.
Alicia Keys.
Alicia Keys.
Yes.
I keep on falling in.
Hey, that was pretty good.
And now. All right, so after being picked up from the mall, Alicia went on and on and on about another boy that was hanging out with them at the mall. So,
So she made it home after this time then.
yeah, her mom picked her
Okay.
up.
Okay. Because I'm wondering, like, is this the disappearance right now?
No.
But no, okay.
No. Mom picked her up,
Okay.
and she's, like I said, she's just, going on and on and on about this boy. Clearly crushing on this guy hard. Only describing him as, I'm air quoting, fit.
Okay.
And boom, all of a sudden, Alicia's into fitness. She's requesting her mom to buy her powders and supplements.
I mean, I don't mean to laugh. I really don't. It's,
No, but it's an ironic laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you said, the hindsight, because without knowing what happened, this all just seems like normal teenager shit. She's into a guy. I want to make him like me.
From one extreme to another.
You know
Yes.
what I mean? I want to know what he does. I want to do this. But then again,
Molding yourself to make him what you
right.
want.
But
Yeah.
then the hindsight and then throwing the being on the spectrum. This just breaks my heart. Okay, go ahead.
So Jessica said, looking back, she saw how easily influenced and groomed her daughter was by these men, not only in real life, and I just got chills on my whole body, but online. Oh, God, that fucking just... Ooh, ah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the time, all of these changes and phases occurring, Jessica just attributed to peer pressure and wanting to fit in at her new high school. Like I said, I mean, she's at a brand new high school. She's
Right.
14. And she's already different.
Yeah.
Right.
Like this poor kid. Like I can't imagine. I don't want to imagine. I had a hard enough time fitting in, and I'm not that I'm normal, but like I'm relatively normal.
Debatable.
Thank you. Enough. Thanks, guys. But you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
K-Dog, was she normal?
Don't ask her that. You don't want that fucking answer. My mom will tell you flat out that she raised a little weirdo. She's told him that from the day that she fucking met him. He's seen the videos. Little Allie.
But have you seen his video?
I'm smarter than that.
Well,
Well, yeah. Well, we don't have a VCR.
Oh, but I do.
I do.
I'm gonna destroy that tape.
No, I've already
No,
talked to your mom.
I can never destroy that tape. Like,
you didn't use a VCR anyways. You had the camera hooked up to the TV, I thought.
no, I'm talking about like my kindergarten, first through like fourth grade videos.
I'm talking about the ones I watched.
No.
Those are his private stash, only for you, Donnie.
Well, that's weird since he was a little kid with a little squeaky voice.
Okay. Okay, let's get back to the story. What are you doing?
I'm waiting for Don to talk because he's so far away from the mic that I can barely hear him.
Oh, sorry.
There you go. Thank you.
All right, so let's really get into this. So now it's September 14th, 2019, the day before Alicia is going to disappear. Jessica said it was a normal morning in their home, minus the fact that Alicia wasn't really feeling well. So she said she was, Alicia said she was feeling extremely anxious and she asked to stay home from school, to which Jessica agreed. I guess that's not an uncommon thing. That's like for her just
Right.
being ill.
Probably on the spectrum, maybe your mom.
Having a fit.
She's having one of
Yeah.
those days that she doesn't feel good. Okay.
Yeah.
I was
And
going to ask you earlier, like, if she has anxiety going out in public, how does she go to school every single day? Like, I wonder if
you
this
know what?
happens.
I wondered that too.
Unless because it's routine, maybe she knows where she's going. It's not just a social setting where she doesn't know what's going on, you know?
And I wondered, they never said anything really about like if she was in special classes there.
That's what I was gonna say.
But they like, you know,
Well, you
like
said she was in normal classes, I thought.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming.
Okay.
Because she was at a normal school.
Right.
But
Yeah.
in my high school they had separate classes for
Same with ours.
Yes.
so I mean, but either way.
So she has to stay home. Okay.
So she has to stay home. So, and this is just my opinion, but honestly, I think it's super sad that this is the last girls' day that they would have together before life as she knew it changed.
Oh, because she stayed home with her then?
Yeah. So I read in one source that the pair spent the day running errands, getting Alicia's favorite, Mickey D's, and getting their eyebrows threaded, and then they stopped at a chocolate store, and then they headed home. Like, what an awesome day. That sounds like stuff my mom and I would do.
So, yeah, and this is just hitting on a different level right now, too, with me being on vacation, and Easton had an e-learning day Wednesday, and me and her went to breakfast together, just me and her, because I couldn't tell you the last time just me and her went somewhere since Ryland's been born.
Right.
And then, you know, Easton was in school, Ryland was home alone, me and Ryland have gone on. And it's funny, on my Snapchat, when it shows your stories, literally 1 year ago to the day, I posted the same Snapchat. It says breakfast date for today, and it was me and Ryland alone.
Yeah.
And this year was me and Easton. And then today, Easton had school, Ryland didn't, so me and Ryland hung out alone today. Like, I can't imagine thinking that's the last time. Like, no. Okay.
It's crazy, isn't it?
This is why, I have difficulty, even that I don't have kids, I have difficulty fucking covering mass shootings and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm. I can't even listen. I'll listen to them, but when they do kid episodes, I get
It's
sick.
it's different, yeah.
Yeah.
It's so different.
I can't do the kid stuff. So well, no, it bothers me. Anyways, go ahead. Sorry.
So later that night, while at home, Jessica recalled that she was waiting for her husband to get home because he worked the night shift. So she just was waiting for him in the living room to get home. Mm-hmm. And it was really late, probably around 1 a.m. And Alicia came downstairs to get some water and they were talking, whatever. And she asked her mom, "So what time are you going to bed?" And a question to which Jessica just shrugged off, and she said, more conversation. End of the conversation, she said to Alicia, "All right, don't stay up too late." And Alicia went back upstairs to play her games. So once Jessica's husband, Ivan, was home, they go up to bed and wake up at 7 a.m. the next morning to start making breakfast for the younger kids and start their day. Okay, so now let's remember, it's 7 a.m. Alicia was up late the night before playing video games and chatting online. And she's a young teenager. So, I mean, it's not immediately alarming that she's not down at breakfast at 7 a.m. I mean,
Right.
that to me, it's not alarming.
Pretty typical.
Especially if her mom saw her at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Right. When the red flags do start to go up is when Jessica notices that the back door of the house is slightly ajar.
Oh, shit.
And it's even worse because instead of a burglary and items being missing from the home, she finds chairs, cinder blocks, and a shovel stacked against the back wall of the yard. Like right outside that back door. Mm-hmm. And remember, they're in Arizona, so it's not fences. It's like cinder blocks as fences. So it's all desert. Near those items, she sees small shoe prints, and her fears are just probably plummeting down into her pits of her stomach. And she rushes upstairs to Alicia's room, which is empty. So they immediately call 911. So once the officers arrived on scene, Jessica explains to them the circumstances and events leading up to this nightmare. You know, she tells them about her daughter and her autism, you know, everything. Literally just everything. She even tells them about the ominous question that she asked the night before. What time are you going to bed? She thought that was important enough to let them know that because she just had such a sinking feeling in her stomach that was important. And she even states to the officers that she believes that Alicia left on her own and used the items to climb over the backyard wall. And she even demonstrated how she could do it.
So, what time was stepdad getting home?
Late.
Because she said he worked a night shift.
Yeah, you said he got home around 1?
No,
No.
Alicia was down there around 1 o'clock.
Oh, okay, right.
Because I'm just trying to put a timeline. If they got up to make breakfast at 7, if he got home anytime after 1, there's a 6-hour window. But depending when he got home, depends. That window gets even smaller. Then you know.
Right. I honestly don't
shit.
know when he got home.
Either way, 6-hour window is tiny as fuck.
Yeah, it's not very big.
Right.
Because that's saying her mom went straight to bed at 1 o'clock when she saw her getting water. You know, you didn't fall asleep right away. So
Well, her stepdad wasn't even home yet.
right. So Jesus. Okay.
So shorten it down to 4 or 5 hours.
Right.
I mean, maximum.
Unless, like I said, he was getting home at 7, then they were making breakfast when he got home right away.
No, but they said once he got home, they went up to bed.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Because then they went down the next morning and
Yes.
made breakfast for everybody.
Yes. Now, not to steal more thunder, does she have a room to herself, or does she share a room with any?
She has her own room.
Okay, with her siblings. Okay.
She does have her own room. Yeah, her being the oldest and with everything else going on,
Has her
she
own.
pretty much has to.
Okay.
So, like I said, her mother even demonstrated, because remember, Alicia is tiny.
Yeah.
She's like 4'9".
Right.
So getting over that wall is like not easy. I don't know how tall that wall is, but I mean, 4'9" is little.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tiny.
So, but it's able to be done.
Yes.
So, yeah, the officers take a runaway report and leave. But a worried mom never stops.
Right.
So Jessica's pacing and going through Alicia's things for clues. And she does note that Alicia's cell phone, not her school computer, but her personal computer, clothes, body spray, cosmetics, comic book, and backpack were all gone.
Oh, she's going to meet the dude.
But one of the big things that stuck out was all of her computer chargers and chargers were left behind.
So she was
Almost indicating like she was going to come back.
Right.
And a gamer, like a seasoned gamer who is preparing to leave, doesn't leave without their chargers.
Right.
Like, you just don't.
I mean, what year was this?
2019.
Even 2019, not many people are leaving anywhere without their chargers.
Leaving without a phone charger at least.
Right.
Yep.
Like, my God. And I read that it was a MacBook.
I mean, and granted, like, she doesn't drive, but I mean, I can guarantee you the four of us have chargers in our car for our phones at least.
I have one in my backpack.
Yeah.
My freaking purse. And I have one in my backpack.
That's the four of us, though. Logan and Rain both do not, or if they do, they don't know how to plug their phone in.
Now, okay, and your two kids are a special breed because you're right. Like, I've seen them both at the lake house and stuff like that, and Logan is either fishing or sleeping, and Rain is either with her friend or swimming.
Right.
They were never on the phone. That's why I said, like, your kids are a special breed because they.
But what I'm saying, though,
at
now that
their
they're driving,
age-
though, now that they're driving, they have chargers in their car. Because whenever Rain will text me, oh, my phone's dying. Can you text me the address real quick so I can get there? I'm like, how is your phone dying if you have it plugged into a charger while you're driving?
Right.
So, anyways, yeah. But, yeah, Logan, we're lucky he even remembers his phone now. You're right. Rain's attached to her phone, which is funny. That's why I get mad at her if I ever text her. I didn't see it. Bullshit, you didn't see it. That phone doesn't leave your hand. But, this is...
Yeah, this is...
So, yeah, you're right. If she didn't bring any of her chargers, she was planning on, this is me in my head,
Planning
wherever
on
she was
coming back.
going, she was going for a little bit and coming back.
Or,
Uh-oh.
I mean, this is just me thinking, and it literally just came to me.
Mm-hmm.
Someone was like, "Oh, you don't need that. I got one just like it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wasn't thinking nefarious
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah, don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah, don't worry about it. I got that same one.
Yeah.
I
Oh, we
can't-
both have iPhone. We're
Oh,
good.
we
You're
both
good.
have the same computer. How funny is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
More things we have in common. I'm not grooming you. Ugh. Yeah. That shit just fucking gets under my skin.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I literally just thought about that, and that just threw me into a fucking tailspin. Ugh. Fucking shook right now.
Yeah. See, that changes it. Because in my mind, I don't want to say it's innocent, but it's in her mind, innocent. Oh, I don't need this stuff. I'm coming back. But then if you throw into that, I'm not coming back because he has everything I need. Oh, that.
Yep.
Nope.
Yep. All right. So the next day, Monday, September 16th, Jessica made a crucial discovery. One that has always caused a ton of questions in this case. Oh, and I just got full body fucking heebie-jeebies again. Ugh. Jessica found a note written by Alicia on a scrap of paper on her desk. The note read, "I ran away. I will be back. I swear. I'm sorry. Alicia." And it literally looks like, so I've seen pictures of it, and like from what you can tell, like picture wise, it literally looks like it's on like the back of an envelope size paper. So it looks like it's about that big.
Uh-huh.
The pictures you've seen, is it like, is it a crime scene photo or like someone's holding it later? Because did she find it like stuffed in her desk somewhere or out in the open where her mom was supposed to find it? Like, could it have been a letter she wrote and was going to use it eventually? Not quite then? Like,
I just saw a picture
Okay.
of just it.
that changes everything too, depending on where she found it, you know? Like,
It was just on her desk. Now imagine a 14-year-old girl's room. Disaster, I'm sure.
oh, yeah.
Okay, so why Jessica found this note and a day later makes me and everyone else wonder,
What took you so long to find that shit?
why did the police not find this?
Right.
Did they search her room for anything?
And if they did, how thorough? Because obviously it wasn't that thorough.
Right.
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 So you're saying right.
Like, that should have been, like, step one shit.
So that's
Like, let's look through her papers and see if there's an address written down somewhere, or if, I don't know, where the fuck she could be going. Huh? Who the fuck would have thought that, right?
Yeah, right.
Right.
Correct.
But I mean, this goes to show like how well some police officers do their job, and for example, the John Bonet case and how fucked up the whole police system was in that.
I know, but this is 2019.
I know, right, which is even worse.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, like, fucking open your eyes. Shut up. Bless you.
Bless you.
So, you know what I mean? Like, it's just stupid. Fucking stupid.
See, and I went a different route with that. I wasn't even thinking about the police searching her room, but if I'm a distraught parent, how does she not tear that room apart the first day? Why did it take a day to find it? Like, that's, you know what I mean? Like, I went the other way. Like, shit,
Yeah,
why did she not find?
that's a good point.
Besides
too.
the police, her. I'm sorry, if my kid's missing, I mean, unless you're out looking, you know what I
So
mean? There's
I did not put a lot of that stuff in here because there is a lot. Okay. So in this case, there's a lot of time spent by Jessica handing out flyers,
Yeah, I was gonna
pounding
say.
pavement, and I don't want to call it fluff because it's not fluff. It's important.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of that is in between here.
right. And that's what I was thinking. After I said it out loud, I'm like, well, if my kid's missing, I'm also probably out on the streets searching and calling. I'm not going to be sitting in a room looking through shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I
and
kind
she
of thought of it through.
No,
after
she
I
most
said it.
definitely was. And I should have brought that up, that I'm not necessarily doing this probably in the most chronological order. And I'm leaving a lot of stuff out because otherwise this would have been way longer. But
A two-parter.
it would have been a two-parter. But, you know, she was. And actually, she is notorious for, like, just littering the city with flyers. She actually bought billboards with her daughter's pictures on them, one in Mexico and one in Arizona. And just all these different things. She had... Live PD had covered a segment on for her.
Shit.
Oh God, who else did one? She was on the Dr. Phil show. She was on oh my God, she did so many interviews with all these different people just trying to keep her daughter's name in the news.
Right.
Yeah.
You know? So all that time, you know, it's a lot. So
Okay, so one day
So
later.
Jessica called the police immediately, and they're informed of this finding, and she's turning up that pressure, which as she should be, because
Rightfully so, yeah.
right. I mean, she's already like doing her part, like you said, you know, pounding pavement,
Yeah.
you know, asking questions, you know, probably backing up whatever they're doing. So she's like, I need you to amp up the search. This is evidence that it should be.
Mm-hmm.
And it works because the police actually issue a silver alert, which is huge. We do those in dispatch, and it's like
What's
an amber
silver?
alert.
I know
I was gonna
amber's for
say, like,
kids.
what-
Amber's
I
for
thought silver was for seniors.
65 and older with cognitive disabilities. So it's either 65 and older or cognitive
okay.
disabilities.
Okay.
Now, Alicia was the first minor in history to ever have a silver alert issued for her.
Jesus.
I just got goosebumps again. That blows my mind, isn't it? Her mom fought hard for that because
Because I know they don't do those easily.
she talked about how she quit her job to full-time care for Alicia. How at one point Alicia couldn't even feed herself. You know, this is obviously in her younger years, you know, like she can't navigate life by herself.
Yeah.
So she's worked hard to get Alicia to where she is today.
Yeah.
So never underestimate a mother's persistence. Fuck, man. Wild. So September 20th is a sad day for the family. It's Alicia's 15th birthday. Jessica organizes, I don't really want to call it a vigil because she's not deceased.
Right.
So, I was actually listening to another podcast on it, and they called it a rally. And
That sounds like a good way to call it. Like, let's go find her type
yeah,
thing.
and that's exactly what they did. So everyone met up at this park, and they all sang happy birthday. Oh my God. So anyways, they met up at a local park to search for Alicia, where she hands out pieces of a pre-ordered red velvet cake that Alicia specifically requested for her 15th birthday, while she attempts to choke back tears and sing happy birthday. Yeah. Horrible. And this is all televised.
Jesus.
Yeah. Just watching it on, like, there's news clips and stuff on it. It's a doozy. It is. Are you crying?
No.
Oh. I'm like, oh my God. It's a doozy. So this is kind of crazy. But 15 days after Alicia went missing, a tip came into Glendale PD. And remember I said that they had a segment on Live PD for her?
Yeah.
So this was after she was featured on Live PD. A woman called saying she saw a man walking with a woman holding hands on North 67th Street. I'm sorry, North 67th Avenue and Bethany Holm Road. But it was a man with Alicia. That's what she said. A man and Alicia walking, holding hands. On North 67th Avenue and Bethany Holm Road. Then another tip comes in stating something very similar in almost that same area. Like almost back to back.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
Where was her dad through all this?
Her real dad?
Yeah.
So he was questioned. He lives in Cuba.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's his name? Yariel.
Well, so I was just wondering because, like, you didn't really mention. I don't think you mentioned anything about her
He was
dad.
not in the picture.
Okay.
And
That's a good question, Lupe. I can't believe I didn't think of that. Where's the real dad at?
right, and not only that, like when she said that Alicia was walking hand in hand with a stranger.
So, he was questioned and polygraphed. Now, that being said, something that I listened to said that the results of that polygraph were never posted to the public. Well, they don't have to be.
Right.
But he was never listed as a person of interest.
Okay.
Right.
So, to me, that says he's not a person of interest.
Right.
Exactly.
And so his whereabouts, honestly, don't really matter. And I'm not saying that to you, like, fuck what you said. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm saying,
Right.
like,
Well, and that's
he is nowhere around. He's not in the picture, but he was looked into. And from what they can tell,
So he's not part of the equation.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He just
And
doesn't fit into the picture.
and that's the thing about polygraphs. Like, if you can take them, but if you pass the polygraph, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to use it in any kind of investigation.
Right. And he wasn't in her life for such a long time, but they have to look at you.
Right.
You know, because a parental kidnapping is the number one kidnapping that happens.
Right.
Yep.
It's a stranger kidnapping usually doesn't occur. So I was talking about how those 2 calls came in. I just got something in my eye. Hold on. Pause again. Pause for the cause.
How many pages are we into it so far?
We have 3 more left.
Dang.
Oh, you did good on time.
Thank you.
That's crazy. I thought like we're only like halfway into the story still.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
I'm
too.
like I'm into it too. Like I don't give a fuck. It's a 4-hour episode. I'm listening to this shit.
You guys missed my episodes.
I'll be back to not listening since I'm back on the.
No,
Yeah, since you're back in the cast,
dumb.
you say like maybe 20 words the entire episode.
Right.
You got it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm gonna leave that in, by the way.
Okay, good.
I was like, do your glasses have wings on them?
No, so
When I seen her do that, I'm like,
so they're really heavy because they've got the magnetic fronts on them. So I change out the fronts of my glasses so they can look different every time. So they just hold them on my ears.
Interesting.
Yeah.
They're ear hooks.
Yeah, they were for dispatch basically. So when I like look down all the time, but
So when you start banging your head on the counter,
When Donnie
Yeah.
when Donnie texts you and said, "Maya's quiet here."
I have shift on Monday.
Yeah, you have.
All right, so like I said, those two people called in, and the location that they gave was actually just 10 minutes west of Alicia's home.
And they just saw her recently, like this is a week later or whatever?
So the timeline is unclear.
Oh, they just saying they did see her, but not saying when they saw her. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those tips are investigated, and the leads go nowhere, and Alicia's case goes cold in 2019. Wow. So, back to your point, that doesn't stop Jessica from handing out those flyers, and she gets billboards. I mean, she's interviewing people that the police have already interviewed. She is just ham.
Yeah.
But that's mom's.
Yeah, that's a mother's love.
That's mom's.
I mean, if one of I would lose my job. I would lose everything because I would not stop.
Yeah.
There's no way. How can I even do a job if my kid's missing? Yep.
Right. That's mom's. So, she calls the police often for updates, and they give her what they have. But the problem is what they have isn't much. So I just kind of briefly listed the updates that they gave her. No particular order, but they were unable to get any cell phone location due to the fact that her cell phone was turned off the night that she disappeared. She turned it off. They did what was called a tower.
She turned it off.
It was turned off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't say she turned it off. The cell phone was turned off the night that Alicia disappeared.
Her CIA burner phone.
Oh, that's
See-
right, because she didn't have her own phone as a burner phone, right?
Well, that burner phone was never found, never said anything about again.
So she did have her own phone that her mom knew about then when you say her.
Right.
Okay.
Yes. Her known phone
Okay, was turned off.
was turned off. Why are you looking at me like that?
'Cause I'm thinking about the burner phone right now.
What are you thinking about?
Did it really exist?
Right. We don't know.
Yeah.
Or could it just be boys being shitheads?
Right.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you do know. Can they tell what time a phone was turned off or just it was turned off?
No, it was just that it was turned
Okay.
off.
Because that's why I'm wondering, like, if they say, oh, it was turned off at, like, 1:15, she did it before she left, or if it's like, no, it was turned off at 3 something, like, someone else did it, you know, but
No.
if you
I
can't
mean,
tell what time,
they can give you a general time area,
between 1 and 7.
time window. Yeah, no, seriously, like that.
But I'm saying that won't do
give
any
you-
good, though, if it was between 1 and 7.
Right. They can't even give you that.
No.
The only time they can probably give you
Is
like
the last received text or
thing that
call.
happened on the
Oh.
phone.
They can't even give you a time window.
Okay.
The last text or call probably.
Yep.
So
That's
how does
it.
that work if you're not, even if you don't turn it off, how can they triangulate where you're at if you're not using it? So I'm saying, if she drove somewhere, wouldn't it have bounced off a tower somewhere even before it was turned off?
Because data is still being used then.
Okay.
But if it's off, nothing's going in.
But that's what I mean, like, by kind of like to Lupe's, like he's saying, like, is there a way of saying, okay, the last time, even though she didn't text or call anyone, the last time it bounced off a tower was this time because data was being used because it was...
But that means if somebody texted or called her in that time.
Okay, so that's why...
So there has to be something active going on
right,
in
and
that
that's
phone.
what I meant. Like,
in that
let's
time.
say my phone right here, I don't have...
You have to be actively searching the browser,
Okay.
using an app, somebody texting or calling you.
Right.
There can't just be nothing running.
Okay. That's what I was kind of getting at. Like,
Right.
if she's not doing shit, but it's not turned off. Like, if my phone, I'm not doing anything with it for the next 3 hours, it's not going to show anything except for, like, 8:47 p.m.
Right.
The last time I used it.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Unless your location is turned on. This is 2019. Location is on your phone.
Yeah, obviously it wasn't because that would have been said, I'm sure. But it was turned off. Okay, now that we cleared up the little stupid stuff I was asking.
So they also did a tower dump, which is any phones coming in or out of that tower area, those phone numbers will be like listed in hopes that her abductor, I'm air quoting,
Right.
their phone number, they would have made a call or a text or something in that time, and it would just happen to be on there.
Yeah.
But I mean, that is such...
Needle in a haystack.
It's a needle in a stack of needles.
That's millions of calls. You're trying to, like,
Yeah.
you're going to call every number that made a phone call between 1 and 7?
Right. So they did it because, I mean, cross your T's, dot your I's.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so they did that. They also tried to obtain and locate as many of her online chat logs as possible.
Ooh.
But here's the thing. You can obtain a lot of them because a lot of those places keep logs of them.
Right.
But what they don't keep logs of is what you're speaking,
Right.
you know, and private chats. They only keep group chats.
Oh, so they don't have access to the private chats
Correct.
at all? Oh.
And it was also said that if a user goes in and personally deletes them, then the server on like the main end does not have access to that anymore.
Yeah, but you should still be able to have an IP address, right?
I don't know anything else about that. That's all that was given.
Okay.
I'm sure they've done their deep dives on everybody she was talking to and IP address this.
If they would have had that, I feel like they would have said that they looked into all possible avenues.
Right.
So, the mail from the past incident, they apparently they tried to reinvestigate that situation more, but nothing could be found for that because there was still not enough information given from that circumstance. Remember from the creepy text messages?
Yeah.
So nothing was found with that.
Do you like cuddly animals or stuffed animals?
Right. They were still unable to connect him with any crime of her. They also did a video canvas of the area, trying to see if they could see her leaving or any suspicious vehicles, anything that looked between that window and nothing. They also tried to search rideshare apps going to and from that area because, I mean, she's 14. She
Right.
can't drive.
Well,
About the boy she
not
went to the mall
legally,
with.
but
Yeah. So then this one I thought was interesting. They looked in group homes in the area.
To see if she turned up in one of
that
them.
makes sense.
Like if she became nonverbal because she was so freaked out being out there.
Right? Or she just got fed up with being at home and this was where she wanted to go.
Yeah.
And she thought that this was going to be the best place for her. So now it's a year since her daughter's disappearance and there was a few sightings of her. One of them I think they says was in where was it? Wyoming. And it was investigated and it was not her. So all investigated and confirmed not to be her. It's just like the Priceless Pizza case, you know, you have to track down every single lead and it breaks her heart every single time. But I mean, you have to look into them all. So, and like I said earlier, I could cover so much more in between, you know, now and current day, but it's all mainly just what Jessica has done to search for her daughter. So just know she searched for her. I mean,
Right.
there's really not much more I can cover. So on that, but let's fast forward to current day-ish.
Okay.
So July 26, 2023. So like this summer.
Just after my birthday.
Yeah, just after our birthdays.
Yeah.
The unimaginable happened. The now 18-year-old Alicia Navarro strolled into the Havre, Montana police station and identified herself, asking to be removed from the missing persons list.
What?
Just in Montana, some podunk fucking town.
I think it said it was like 1,200 miles from Glendale.
Yes. So let me say that again. Alicia walked into a police station in this teeny-weeny town near the Canadian border over 1,300 miles from her home and said, "Hey guys, remember me? Hey guys, remember me? Remember me? I was missing. No, I'm not." She didn't say that, but like I could, like, you know. So, her reasoning,
I was just reading this.
she wanted to get her her ID and other important papers, is what she said,
Why she was gone for a year.
And live a normal life.
and live a normal life.
So she did really run away.
Yeah.
No, there's got to be more to it.
Well, I don't know. You still have more to go?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Donnie, your little 5-minute Google search when she's told you what case we're doing doesn't count.
So.
What the fuck? If I was her mom, I'd be like, first of all, thank God she's back, but fucking pissed.
Second of all, I'm smacking the shit out of you.
So the police stated that she told them that she had not been harmed, was not being held, and could come and go as she pleased. So the question still remains.
Who was she with?
The fuck?
Right. I wish we had video right now to show our faces because I'm fucking...
Yeah. Okay.
I'm so dumbfounded right
Right.
now. Yeah.
That's not where you saw this going, right?
Not even in the slightest.
I was waiting for you to say, because the way you had told us earlier is kind of unsolved, but not really. I'm like, okay, so she's still missing. I'm thinking. I didn't think she was...
That's exactly what I thought. I thought she was still missing.
No hokey science in this one, though. Damn, not a real alley case.
And no double-sided dildos.
Yeah, you know what? I'm really lacking on this case. This was not a true alley case.
We don't know what she did while she was gone.
This is true.
I don't want to say that. I take that back.
So,
Cut that out.
She's a kid, man.
Yeah, I
She's
know.
a kid.
Cut that out.
all right. So,
So she's 16 yet?
she's 18.
Yeah, she's 18 when she walks into that.
Oh,
police
so it was 4
department.
years later.
No,
Oh, wait. 3 years later.
she went missing when she was
15.
She just turned 15.
And 19, yeah.
Yeah, so 3 years
Oh,
later.
yeah,
then.
3 years, not 4. Yeah. So,
Fuck.
so Jessica Nunez was reunited with her daughter
Wouldn't it technically be 4? Because she went missing when she was 14.
No,
a week
before she turned 15.
her birthday.
Okay.
So,
Follow the timeline, Don.
so like I said, her mom was reunited with her daughter over a video call. Because
Video call.
she's 18
Doesn't want to see her mom yet?
and they don't have to force her
She's an adult now.
True.
to reunite with her mother. So hold on, hold your horses.
I'm getting fucking angry. You better hurry up.
This poor mother. Like, I am so siding on
So-
with this mother right now.
So she releases a statement, very tearful, obviously, you know, thanking everyone for their continued support.
The mother does?
Yes.
Okay.
And they're rallying with her and, you know, just never giving up and, you know, talking about how, you know, in Alicia's note, you know, that said, I will be back, I promise, you know, whatever, all this kind of stuff. What was that?
I missed Katie.
Oh, here. Try again.
No.
Here, try again.
And right, it's just ugh. And then you see the other side of it where you're like, this girl doesn't want to meet up with her mom.
Right. What was going on at home that we don't know about?
Or how groomed was she in the 3-4 years that she was gone? You know?
What's that syndrome called where you fall in love with your kidnappers?
Uh,
Stockholm syndrome.
Oh, yeah, I almost said Munchausen.
Munchausen
Yeah.
by proxy.
Okay, so this is where the case is still unfolding, like I said.
Yeah. It
And
just happened literally a few months ago.
Right. And honestly, in my personal opinion, I don't believe that there will ever be true clarity.
Never.
Because Alicia's movements in those years are unknown. And I don't think she's ever going to say.
I don't think so either.
Because she ran away for a reason. And I mean,
But
okay, and now she's 18. She has a right to her privacy. Okay, I get that. And she doesn't really have to offer an explanation.
so pardon me for this is the stupidest fucking
But
question.
hold on one second. Let me finish the statement. But police do believe that she was lured from home, but unknown by who.
So this is my stupidest question.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
My stupidest question I've ever said in my whole life. Does autism get better or go away? Like, is she
No.
still
No.
so?
In the interviews I saw with her, like, so, okay. She obviously was interviewed by the police in Montana, where she walked into the police station.
Right.
And then video conference into Arizona, where the original investigators, you know, the ones that are like
Right.
doing her case, they're video chatting with her, and you can just see that, like, she's just very withdrawn. She is just not. There's just something that's just,
Something's off.
right,
Because
and you can just tell that it almost looks like, and I hate to say this, but that she doesn't give a fuck. But you know that that's not what it is. It's just that she doesn't have the social skills
Right.
to actually communicate with these people in a proper way.
And
Yeah.
I wonder, like, again, if again, because I'm a dumbass and doesn't know autism can get better or whatever, if she was all against this, so how, in 3 years, how did she not have, air quote, like, an episode and freak out when she was in public, unless she was kept, like, in a basement? So, like, how did no one see?
So that's brought up all over these articles that I was
Okay,
reading.
this is just fucking blowing my mind.
Because so it's brought up all over these articles that I was reading that, you know, wherever she was living, you know, no one saw her walking around the streets, like, you know, like to leave the apartment. No one ever heard her. And she was living in an apartment. Hold on.
But if she's in Montana, that is a vast.
She's in an apartment building. No one ever saw her, 1, come or go, 2, ever heard her.
So she was leaving in the middle of the night.
That's what she said. She was living in an apartment building.
Yes. So hold on. Let me
Okay,
me keep going.
Yeah, I'm just.
So it's also unknown how the hell she got to Montana. Because, okay, her mother is adamant that her autism made it impossible for her to navigate public transit on her own. So she had to have been
Dropped off.
taken there, escorted there. I don't care how you want to say it. Like, she didn't fucking go on her own. She didn't just, like, Lewis and Clark it there by herself.
But if she's smart, like her mom says she's smart, couldn't she figure out how to use it? This is where, again, my, like, autism question comes in. Like,
But-
if she's smart.
Right, but that's such a social thing.
True.
She's
Okay.
smart in things where
She could probably be able to figure it out, but it's the
The crippling anxiety.
going and doing
yeah,
it.
it's the anxiety part of it,
Okay.
of where she would have to be social to, like,
Right.
buy a ticket, be with people in an enclosed space like that.
Right. Absolutely. And in a different city, no one with her. And I'm sure that if her mom or somebody that she knew was maybe with her, she could get on that bus or train or plane. I don't care.
Plane, train, or automobile.
Correct. And yeah, right. And do it,
Yeah, fuck.
but not by herself.
This is fucked up.
So, but what I do know is that she was found to be living with this 36-year-old creep of a human being named Edmund Davis. The two were living together for about a year in an apartment in that Havre, Montana. And Edmund Davis was arrested. Okay, this is where it kind of gets sticky, but I'm going to explain it the best way that I can, okay? You're going to catch a fly if your mouth is open that much.
All of this shit.
I know. He's just. Okay. Edmund Davis was arrested not in connection with Alicia's case, but her case led police to him. And he's a fucking child predator. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, that he wasn't anywhere on their radar, but them finding her living with him. Oh, let's investigate this guy because of her.
Correct.
And they found other shit.
Correct. Okay. It took me 3 times of reading that and then writing it, and I was like,
No, it made sense right away.
I had to write it in a way that made sense. Okay, glad I got that through.
Did it make sense to you, Lupe? You look confused.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Okay.
My confusion is, why would they arrest him if she's already of age now?
Because
Because did they say it was
it has
sexual?
nothing
I
to
was gonna say, did I go
no,
far
you're-
ahead?
No, you're not, because you're not
Say
understanding.
it has nothing to do with her.
It has nothing to do with her.
He was arrested on, like, separate child.
Okay.
Yes, child
So,
predating other.
listen, I'm going to explain it to you again.
No, I got what you said. I just wasn't understanding what he was charged with.
Right, I'm going to get there.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So he's a child predator. He's being held on $1 million bail for 2 felony counts of sexual abuse of children, to which he's pled not guilty. So basically, what they found was possession of images of children under the age of 12 engaged in simulated or actual sexual conduct, and possessing images of children under the age of 16 being abused. Both hold sentences of 25 to 100 years in prison.
Put this fuck under the jail.
So where Alicia is now is kept tight-lipped, but all her mother said is that she's in a safe place. And that is where this case ends for right now.
So
I did read something that said either last month or this month she did reunite with her mom.
Yes.
okay.
Like actually in person. Okay.
So I wonder, even though she's 18 now, if she comes forward and says, yes, me and him are having sex, then that's even more charges can be brought against him because she wasn't 18 yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Depending how long she's been living with him. Oh, my God.
So, how'd I do?
Fuck your case.
I am.
I'm
This one hit different. This one hit really, it really did. Hey, you got it.
Hey!
This one really did hit different. I mean,
I went from saddened about a kid being missing and thinking they're still missing to pissed off because she comes back. Not pissed off she comes back, but like, I want answers.
yeah. My biggest question is, why did you wait so long?
To turn 18.
No. I mean, why did you wait?
Well,
I waited 18 years to turn 18. Why did you wait so long to come back out and say, I'm okay?
That's
That's
what makes
what I
me
just
wonder
said.
if she wasn't like if
Till
she
she turned 18, and so
well, I was gonna say
no charges were brought against her because she wasn't underage for running away, nothing like that. I mean, not the charges could be brought against her anyways, but then she doesn't have to go back to her mother. She waited till she was 18 and did not have to be returned to go back home.
Yeah.
I didn't mean that she waited 18 years. I meant she waited to surface.
18.
No. Yeah.
So that
okay.
what makes me like two sides there. Was it that horrible at home and we don't know the truth was going on with Jessica the mom? That she doesn't, I mean, she'd rather be with strangers on the run for 3 years? Or, again, like you kept saying, was she groomed that bad? Stockholm Syndrome, where she loved the people she was with, not love, but you know what I mean? This is way better than being at home with mom. And now that I'm 18, I can tell everybody I'm here, so my mom stops worrying about me, but now I don't got to go home with her. Like,
I honestly,
oh my God, it's fucked up.
I honestly think that it's probably a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit of they're telling her that the grass is going to be this much greener on the other side, and them really amping up how, air quote, bad it is at home when really it's not that bad. You know how
Your
like
mom watched everything you did and
do
babysitted.
you remember when you were a teenager and like you would vent to your friends and your friends would be like, "Oh man, your parents are such assholes," blah 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 blah, and they would just make you feel like 10 times worse about it and you'd be so much more pissed off.
one of the articles I was reading, two of the things that it said was that I think it was the day before she turned herself in, she ended up having an argument with her boyfriend, the guy that she was living with.
The 36-year-old?
Yes.
So that means they were doing it.
And
So-
the
Go ahead.
other one is you know how people on the internet don't stop with things?
Right.
Like they want to be their own investigators?
Yeah.
Well, I guess her mom was pleading for people to stop like looking into like the whole thing, even though people are still have a bunch of questions.
Right. Well, and that's the thing is why. So even after she's okay, clearly she turned herself in. She's safe. I even said it. We're not going to get the answers.
Mm-hmm.
She's not going to tell us where she was, what happened, how she got there. Just fucking be okay with that. Like that's it.
Eventually, someone like Maury or Dr. Phil will be like, I'll give you $10 million to tell me your story live, and it'll happen. I mean, I'm not trying to say it as like a smartass, but that shit happens. That's how these stories finally do get out. But I understand the mom and her wanting her privacy respected, but you can't have the whole fucking world looking for you for 3 years and think they're not going to keep looking for it. You know what I mean? Want answers to what? Not just, yep, I'm fine. I want to get my driver's license. Wait, what?
And that's another thing. Like I was thinking of, like the way she said how she came out saying I'm okay was kind of like an ignorant way to just come out and be like, hey, I'm okay. You can stop looking for me now.
Right.
Well, You also have to remember that she doesn't know social cues.
Right.
Right.
So she doesn't know that that's ignorant. She doesn't know that that's...
Yeah. Because then I wonder, again, these are all questions that will never have answers. Like, I wonder, did she see all of the efforts going into trying to find her for those 3 years? Or was she secluded? You know what I mean? Like, I wonder, what does she know about it or not? You know?
That's the thing that really gets me. Like, consciously, she's aware, clearly.
Right, that she's gone.
Right. And she's got to be aware that, I mean, because it's everywhere.
Yeah.
If she's as engrossed in her computer as everyone says, she saw it. She knew it. She's all over social, well, maybe not social media, or she's on someone's social media, whether it be an alias or whatever. She's on somewhere.
She might not be, though, on social media.
Okay, but if we look at social media in a broader term, socials as in gaming socials.
Right, I'm sure someone brought it up. Hey, did you hear the story about that missing girl?
You don't just go from playing games every single day to not gaming at all.
Right.
So she had to have had something somewhere, and people are talking about it all over the world.
That's kind of like what I was trying to explain.
So there's no way, and I think that she just had to have either one, been told, you can't really give a shit because, this, and this, remember why you ran away? Or she really didn't give a shit.
So, earlier when
I don't know.
You had said what was missing was, her purse and her electronics, but no
Yeah.
chargers. Did she have money? Like, because now...
That wasn't mentioned.
Because now it ties into the whole... Yeah, he has everything I need. I don't need my chargers. You know what I mean? Because you're right. A gamer's always going to be... She's not going to... If that's her outlet, she's not going to give up her gaming and stuff. So I'm sure she started a whole new name and everything, but... So that's just... It's even creepier now to think that she had it... I don't know if she had it planned, but yes, she... I don't know. I'm fucking torn. I don't know what to think anymore.
Yeah.
My world's all upside down.
My thing is, my opinion, and you can hate me for it or not. Autism spectrum or not, I think she knew exactly what the fuck she was doing.
I don't know what to think now. Yeah.
I mean, there's an argument for that because she even left the note.
Right.
Right. I mean, I don't think that...
And
Bless you.
like Allie said, she waited till she was 18 to turn herself in.
I don't think that was ever the question, that she didn't know what she was doing. I just think it's whether the fact of she knew the full ramifications of who she was going with, and maybe, like how hurtful
So...
it could be, or how much she would be looked for or missed.
Right. So you've obviously done the research. You've read more than any of us have. This is me asking you, honestly, in your beliefs and what you've read, do they think she was with this 36-year-old guy the whole 3 years, or she just ended up with him recently?
No.
No?
This is just who she was with when she was found.
Okay. That's what you think, or what you think they're saying too?
That's what they're saying.
Okay. Because that is, I was just wondering, did he plan
They
to
lived
bullshit?
together for a year.
Okay.
Is what was said.
Okay.
So, like I said, unknown who she ran away with, if anybody.
Right.
Because that's still the thing. Don't know, but they're pretty sure that it was with somebody, because
Right. She didn't know how to do
it's unlikely that she was able to do all of that
public transportation
on
shit
her
back
own.
then, yeah.
Getting out of her home and everything on her own, yes. But actually getting from point A all the way to point B, or even were there stops along the way? Don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. Anyways. Yeah.
Fuck you, Allie, for this case. Jesus. I don't know what to think.
Sign us out, Lupe.
Yeah, Lupe's quiet over there, too. What is going on in your mind?
I have a lot of different theories, but I don't know. I feel like everything I bring up, it just gets shut down. So I'm not going to keep saying any more theories. It's a fucked up case. It really is. I'm glad. Okay, I'm glad she came out and she's okay. I'm glad she's alive. It's a fucked up case. I don't know what else to say anything else about. So, glad to be back in the pod lab. And yeah, stay tuned for next week. You can find us on all your major podcast platforms and Instagram at 3GuysPod2021. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not the fucking. On Instagram at impulsivethoughts_pod. Instagram at impulsive thoughts. Or I'm not Instagram. Facebook at impulsive thoughts. On Twitter /X at
Thoughts Pod
Yeah.
2023.
okay.
Have you ever put a tweet up there yet? Or
Why are you looking at me like I should know that?
I'm not. I'm just looking at you.
and then the TikTok.
That we don't really touch.
I think there's been more TikToks though than tweets from our account.
Well, you have to ask Don about that because Don runs the Twitter.
Wow. I'm just, yep.
Yeah, final thoughts?
This is going to take time to sink in. Allie messed me up with this one. Again, final thoughts, I guess. I keep it stuck in my brain because of the way she came out. And again, I haven't had much interaction with people on the spectrum to know the ins and outs of it. But for her to come out and say I'm fine just makes me still, I keep going back to how horrible it was at home for her to go away and be gone that long. Like, what made you leave? But then I go back to, like you said, she was groomed and she wanted to impress this guy. I'm not impressed, but like how you said, like the way she changed the way she was. What was the outside influence that much to make her think it was that horrible at home when it wasn't? Like, I just keep going back and forth. I keep flipping and flopping on it. Like, I don't know what to think anymore. Like, I'm not going to sleep tonight because it's going to be in my brain all night long now. Thank you, Allie.
You're welcome.
Well, with that being said, I'm Lupe. Back again with another episode. Joined here with all of my favorite co-hosts back again. Mr. Donnie Rowe.
See ya.
Dano.
Hey, yo.
And Allie with the Alli-riffic episode.
Meow.
So, Alli-riffic, when I do one, can it be dantastic?
I'll talk about it with the council.
Yeah, and remember, guys, don't believe everything you think, especially with this case. Peace.